Alright guys, it's time for some drums. As you can see behind me, I got a lot of things written on the whiteboard. We're going to get to that later. First I'm going to introduce to you the drum set. Everything you're about to learn in this video applies to all drums. Drumline, band drums, and drum set. Okay? So, first, like I said, let's introduce a drum set. Drum set is fun. It is not easy. It's one of the most difficult instruments to learn here in the classroom. Why? Because you have to train yourself to do multiple things at once. And that's not an easy task. A lot of people look at this and like, oh, I can play this. And they discovered that, no, they can't. But if you really are passionate about learning how to play the drums or the drum set, you have to practice. You have to keep at it. You need what's called consistency, meaning don't give up, keep at it, and you'll be able to play simple beats. Once you got that down, the more you challenge yourself, the more cooler and more challenging things you'll be able to accomplish on the drum set. So, this right here, this big guy on the floor, as you can see my foot right here? There's a pedal on this side. And when you hit it and you push the pedal down, the little hammer, the little mallet, the little beater hits the drum. This is your bass drum. Okay? It's played on the drum set with your foot, with your right foot. Now, if you're left-handed, can you use your other foot? Yes. Some people will play drum set left-handed, meaning this cymbal right here and this cymbal back here that you can't really see, snare drum, are on the opposite side. Most important thing to know when playing the drum set is make sure you're comfortable. You don't want to be sitting way the heck out here and try to play with your legs stretched way out here. You need to be comfortable. So, whenever you get on a drum set, make sure you're sitting comfortable. Make sure the drums are how you want them. I like to play the snare drum close to me. Some people will play it differently. Some people will play with the tom, this drum right here. They'll play with it flat, like that. Some people play angled. This is just what I'm used to. Okay? I've seen some drummers play with their cymbals way the heck up here. That's just not how I play. You're probably going to play differently than how I play, and that's okay. Alright? So, like I said a minute ago, this is your tom. Some drummers will have multiple toms, different sounding ones. The other drum set that we have has an additional tom right here. Okay? Then you have a floor tom. Why do they call it a floor tom? Because it sits on the floor. Sometimes you might hear this being called tom 1, left tom, left rack, different names for these different drums, but it just means the same thing. Okay? So the floor tom, right over here, and it has a lower sound because it's a bigger drum. Smaller drum, higher sound. Back here, we have our snare drum. This is the crash cymbal. Why is it called a crash cymbal? Because when you hit it, it sounds like a crash. This bigger one is called a ride cymbal. It's meant to be played just like this hi-hat right here to help keep the pace, keep the rhythm. You can also crash it. It gives a different sound. Here's the difference between the two. Crash, ride. Once again, the bigger the instrument, the kind of deeper the sound you're going to get. Here's the difference between the bass drum and the tom. If you notice, there's a nice fluffy pillow inside. Why do I have a pillow inside the drum? Because it kills the sound. It takes away the sustain. Sustain is when something rings out, like this. You can kill the sustain of the floor tom by putting your hand on it or putting something on it. And the more pressure or the more center it is, you get a different sound. Hear that? Same thing with the snare. Okay? If I took the pillow out of this bass drum and I played the bass drum, it would sound completely different. Hear that? Sounds like somebody's pounding on the door trying to get in. We put pillows and different things inside the bass drum to give it a different sound so that it doesn't ring out as much. Okay? Over here, I have a cowbell. This cowbell's played with my other foot. There are some cowbells that are on a stand that you can play with a stick. It's just a different way of playing. The hi-hat is these two cymbals that are either above each other or touching each other. This instrument is played with both your stick and a foot. Okay, using my left foot, I'm pushing the pedal down and the hi-hat is closed. That way when I hit the hi-hat with my stick, you get that sound. If I play with it open, you get that type of sound. You can also just play this instrument with your foot. Okay? Some of you will learn how to do that. But once again, you have to train yourself and condition yourself to be able to do multiple things at once. Something that is well known amongst all drummers, not dropping your stick like I just did, is a groove called the backbeat, which is just a simple, basic rock beat, I guess you could say. And it is this. That beat is comprised of 3 different drums. The bass drum, the snare drum, and the closed hi-hat. Cool? That's something that you're going to learn whenever we come back to school. But it's good to know the notation because usually things in the class are very crazy, and I have not really worked with a lot of drummers and reading notes. So now this is the time. And this is why I'm doing a drum video today. For you advanced players or you beginner musicians that are ready for a big challenge, or you just want to know this. That's cool. Okay. Another cool thing to know is, in case you forget some of the notation, on both of our drum sets, right here on the bass drum, I have a piece of paper that's taped, and it shows you the key. Okay, not like the keys, but it shows you every common drum note and what it means. So if you forget, you could just take a look on our bass drum, this one and the other drum set also. And something that's new this year is right here, if you're familiar with the classroom, I moved the backbeat poster. Okay, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. But also underneath, I also put a copy of the key, just in case, just so you guys have something to refer to. Oh, I don't remember what this drum is on sheet music. Well, you can just go to the wall and take a look at it too. Cool. All right, let's learn some drum notation. Drum notation. Got my drumstick. Drummers, and any of the rest of you that are watching, because this is good to know, this is the type of notation that you're going to see. Okay? Now some of it actually looks like music notes, and that actually helps me to remember the different drums too. Is, okay, a C means snare drum, and an E or an F means bass drum. Just because I'm a different type of musician and I'm used to seeing the notation differently, that's some of the things that help me to remember. Some of you that like to play multiple instruments, you should also find a way, maybe it's the same way as me, to help you remember what these different notes are going to represent on drums. Okay? So, first thing you're going to notice is these oars. Okay? The reason why I put or, this note or this note, is because some drummers, some musical arrangers, some different situations in drums might require more than one bass drum. If you look at some of the rock drummers, like Neil Peart from Rush, his drum set is crazy and he has more than one bass drum. So in some music, you might see 2 bass drums. Or you might see this note or that note. Okay? Now, something that's really important to remember for drummers, the difference between this is the position of the note on the group of lines. This group of lines is called the staff, okay? And these right here, it's called a staff. The group of lines is called a staff, okay? So these notes have a different spot on the staff. Just like with the scales that we talked about yesterday, depending on where these notes are, it represents a different drum. These notes can either be between the lines or they can have the line through. Once again, I'll use my head as an example. If my head, my big head, was a music note, you know, music note, it will either be between the lines or it will be with the line between it. See that? Wow. Okay. The line will either be between the music note, the circle part, or the X part, now that we're on drums, or it will sit between the lines. That's what you got to pay attention to. Okay? Snare drum is between the lines, right in the middle of the staff. Right there. Okay? Snare drum. Now, if the audio quality for these videos is not the same as what you're used to me making, it's because I'm actually doing this on my phone and then I'm making it happen on a computer. Before, I was using the computer to do like the C Nation podcast and stuff. So yeah, the audio sounds a lot better. And after looking at one of the videos I did yesterday, I heard that low hum, it's actually the air conditioning. So my phone picks up every little sound. I'm sorry, okay? I actually have music playing in the background right now to try to get away from that low hum. See if it works this time. Anyways, so at the top of the line, I have cymbals and different types of percussion. On the second line, you have your drums. I separate it like that on purpose. Now, on our C Nation webpage, if you look in sheet music, you can find a drum key. I have one on there, and I'm actually going to put an even better one on there today. So you can, if you have a printer at home, you can copy it, or you can even download and save it on your computer. That way you have it, and you can, I don't know, email it to yourself or airdrop it on your cool phone, whatever. You can have a copy for yourself, and you can look it over anytime you want, okay? And I will leave this available on our C Nation music webpage. Okay, so let's go over right with the cymbals right at the top. Right here, this cymbal is our crash cymbal. It is an X note, and it's sitting right on top of a line, or, because you can have multiple cymbals. Some of you have seen drummers with multiple cymbals. Every once in a while in the class, I might move a cymbal over to a drum set just to have an additional drum set. So it'll sit on top of a line. The reason it's not in between a line is because this note is not inside the staff. When you have music notes that are either on top of the staff or below the staff, they will not write different notes and put the note in like that. It'll either be below or on top, depending on which part of the staff you're on. Okay? So, right here, you have the X sitting on top of a line, and it is an X cymbal. Okay? My horn players, my sheet music readers, this would look something like a high B on the saxophone or flute, okay? Right here, this would kind of look like a A on flute and saxophone, and my really high neat readers on a clarinet, okay? Right here is your hi-hat. It sits exactly right on top of the staff. It is an X cymbal to represent your cymbal, and it is right on top of the staff. The crash cymbal is not on top of the staff. It's a little bit higher with that extra line, okay? My clarinet, flute, and saxophone players, this would kind of look like a high G, all right? Hi-hat is closed. When the hi-hat is open, it adds an O on the X, okay? So I'm gonna do something probably kind of ridiculous right now. So here is a hi-hat. I know you can't see it, just hold on. Hold on. this is a hi-hat open. And of course I had to get the kind of broken hi-hat. When a hi-hat is open, it looks like that. Now, some drummers like myself, when we like our hi-hat open, we like it a lot closer to the other cymbal. But everybody's different. When a hi-hat is closed, when you push the pedal down, that pedal, closed hi-hat. See that? Most of the time, as drum set players, the hi-hat might be closed. When you're not playing the drum, the hi-hat might open up a little bit. Okay, it's open, okay? Open hi-hat, ridiculously open hi-hat, closed hi-hat, okay? Closed hi-hat, open hi-hat. It's the same symbol, but they just add a circle on the X, or an O for open. Remember that way, okay? Oh. Since we're talking about the crash cymbal, here's the crash cymbal. Okay, how do I know it's a crash cymbal? The honest, true answer? It says crash cymbal on it. That's how. Crash. All right, let's move on. What else we got next? The ride cymbal. Hey, I'm over here, I'll just grab it anyway. Ride cymbal is usually a big cymbal, okay? This one is a lot bigger. I can hide behind it. Okay, I can use it as an umbrella. No, I'm not going to. How do I know it's a ride cymbal? It says ride on it. Right there. Anyways, we have two symbols for ride cymbal. Okay, one of them is an X, and this is at the top of the staff. It is considered within the staff because part of the note is inside. Okay, it is an X, and it has the last line at the top of the staff right through it. Right through it. Okay? We have another ride symbol. Okay? And this says ride bell. What's the difference between ride cymbal and ride bell, Mr. C? Well, there's a couple of them. One, this is an X and this is a diamond. Two, you're gonna play a different spot of that cymbal if you ever see ride bell. Different parts of the cymbal, okay? This is the cymbal. This part, I am sure, is not called the edge of the cymbal, or the rim. Honestly, I don't know what it's called. I probably should. But the most important part is the bell of the cymbal, right here. It kind of looks like a bell. Okay, bam, right there. I guess this would be called a rim, I don't know. On the bottom, you can see the indentation right here. This is the bell. Okay, so this is the bell of the cymbal. This is the bell of the ride cymbal. So if you see that diamond symbol and it says ride bell, they want you to hit this particular spot of the cymbal. Okay, and let me put this up higher so you can see what I'm actually doing. Hopefully that doesn't fall over because that would be hilarious. I'm not gonna go back and redo this video, so. Okay, so if you're, playing your drum set, and you're coming over the ride cymbal, most of the time it sounds like this when you're hitting it. Not like when you're gonna hit it as a crash, but when you're gonna ride the cymbal. When you're hitting the rim of the cymbal, the edge of the cymbal, or this part of the cymbal, the one with all the lines and grooves in it, that's the sound you're gonna make, and it's gonna ring out. It's gonna sustain. Cool, right? When you hit the bell, that cymbal, it's gonna give you a whole different sound. It doesn't ring out as much, and it's not necessarily a little more harsh, but it's more precise than it is right here. At least that's my analysis. That's what I think about it, compared to... Okay, bell. This is the bell of the cymbal. You see that diamond? I want you to hit the bell of the cymbal. Okay, every cymbal has a bell. Every one of these cymbals that I've shown you has a bell on it, and it's this part. Okay? And as I look, I have other cymbals on here for the crash bell. I don't see a hi-hat bell, but those are just different parts of the cymbal that you can play. And this is the notation for the ride bell. Cool? All right, I'm gonna put this back. Whenever you see that diamond shape, It means the bell of the cymbal. Okay. Speaking of bells, we have a special bell with us today. A cowbell. Mom. My Minecraft cow impression. Sounds like he's calling Mom. Cowbell. Okay? There's so many different varieties of cowbells. There are different size cowbells. We have two different cowbells here at the school. We have a white one that has a different sound than this one because it's like coated with something special, so it doesn't ring out as much as this cymbal. And the white one is smaller than this one. This one's a little bit bigger. My friend Matt, who plays drums in my band, has a bigger, thinner cymbal, and it gives a completely different sound than this. Every different cowbell, different size, different material, different thickness, will give you some type of different sound. Okay? This cowbell sounds like this. Need more cowbell. Yeah. When I was showing you the drum set, I had this cowbell connected to a special percussion pedal. That way, you can play the cowbell without having to hit it with a stick. This stand allows you to use your foot instead. And it doesn't just work with cowbells. It can. I've never really tried a tambourine on it, but it's possible. And this thing always falls down in class. So now with this pedal, you can use your foot instead. Pretty cool, right? The symbol for cowbell is right here. It is a triangle shape. Not a diamond, not an X, not a circle. It is a triangle shape with the stem, and it is right there on that spot between the top line and the second to the top line. Okay? It sits between the lines of the staff, right here. The ride bell of the ride cymbal, and they are both with the line cut through it. Cowbell sits between the lines, and it is a triangle. Also right here we have tambourine. I didn't bother getting a tambourine out. Can I find one really quick? All right, here's a tambourine. These things. Tambourine. This one has a drum head on it, so you can play it like that. Some tambourines do not have this. Some tambourines are different shape. It's a tambourine. And a tambourine is represented in music right there. Just like a snare drum. Oh no, just like a B for trumpets, clarinets, flutes, and saxes. It's on that same line, but it is a triangle, okay? Now, something you gotta know the difference between is these middle notes. The notes in the middle of the staff. This snare drum note, or for my sheet music readers, this C is right in the middle of the staff, okay? Some of you might be like, well, it's not in the middle because it's kind of like middle top. You're right. If we wanted to be exactly dead center of the staff, it would be a B, or this tambourine note, or this tom 3. We haven't even gotten to the tom yet, okay? So yeah, top middle between the lines, okay? It's your snare drum. Tambourine is smack in the middle with a line through it. See that? Right there. All right, and finally, we have a hi-hat foot pedal note. I almost forgot about it. I didn't really see it, honestly. It is an X, and it is at the bottom of the staff. Now, I showed you this earlier. I'm not going to show you now. I guess I can. Whenever you see that symbol, that means they want you to play the hi-hat with your foot, no stick. So you're going to do that. You can hear all the noise I'm making by just doing this. I don't have it connected. Ugh. There we go. Super noisy time. When you see that symbol, you want to play it like this. All that's happening is you're opening and closing the hi-hat with your foot. All right, now we're on the next line. Line number 2. And I'm just making a bunch of noise and a mess. Now we're on the drums part. As I said before, these notes that look like E's and F's, low E's and F's for my trumpets and clarinets and saxophones, these are for your bass drums. And sometimes you can have two bass drums, two big circle bass drums, and you can play them both at the same time or syncopated. Or you might see this note or this note, and that represents a bass drum, okay? They're both the same drum. They're both close in the same spot. The first one has the line between it. The second one is sitting between the lines, okay? Just like that. That means bass drum. Now, I wanted to show you this and I kind of forgot. So, I'm hoping I can find this relatively fast. Found it. Sorry, guys. Check out this bass drum pedal. It has two beaters. Okay, how does that work, Mr. C? Well, some of them will move. Some of them will move forward when it's like this, and then the other one will move forward, and the other one will move back when it's pushed down. This doesn't work that way. This one has actually another part to it. You can use this type of bass drum pedal just to make the one move. This is called a double bass pedal, double bass drum pedal. It connects like that, and it's not connected right now, but, all right. I know I can't really show you right now. This would not be written, as far as I know. I could be wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong. But this would most likely not be written with two different notes because it's the same bass drum. If you don't understand what I mean, if somebody wanted to use this and go whoop-a, 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 whoop-a in the music, they would write it as one note because it's the same drum. Okay? You're not playing two different bass drums with this double bass pedal. You're playing the same drum. Yeah, you know I have too much fun. It's all dusty. This type of bass drum pedal would be represented by this one or this one, not both. Now, I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong, and I will own it if I'm wrong. But, like I said before, these two beaters would be hitting the same drum, not different drums. So it would be either this one or this one, not both. And this is a double bass pedal. Got it for us last year, and I've never really practiced with it. I probably should just to get better, but I haven't. And I had maybe a couple students that were pretty good with this. Just allows you to play the bass drum faster. If you want to play the bass drum faster, do you have to have a double bass drum pedal? No. There's some drummers who can play just as fast with that with just one pedal. There's a lot of different tricks to do it. All right, floor tom. That is this guy. There are different size floor toms. Some of these are smaller, some of these are bigger. Some of these can be tuned to different notes. It's a floor tom because it has the legs on the bottom and it sits on the floor. Floor tom, okay? Some drummers will have a whole bunch of these toms. Okay, it's not just one tom. Some drummers won't play with any toms at all. Some drummers will play with like 7 toms. 3 of them can be on the floor. They're all different, okay? Which is why I have this one right here. These notes represent additional toms, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure that there could be additional floor tom notes too. I just haven't seen any, but I wouldn't doubt that there are notes for additional floor toms, okay? And as you know, floor tom has a little sound, usually. Woo, making a mess. All right, floor tom looks like a G or an A for my horn players, okay? The floor tom is, I guess I didn't even say this, the bass drum is on the last line of the staff. Remember, the staff is a group of notes, okay? It either has a note through it or it's sitting between the bottom 2 lines of the staff. Bam! The floor tom is right above it. Now that could be confusing, okay? The floor tom is bottom middle between the lines, opposite of the C, opposite of the snare drum, or it is the second to last note with a line between it, right there, okay? See the line between it? And there you go, bottom middle. It's not the middle. If it was middle, it'd be that middle line. There are 5 different notes on the staff, okay? This is not guitar tabs. Guitar tabs, for my guitar people, you have 1 additional line right here. You have 6 lines, because in guitar tabs, they give you the 6 strings, okay? This is not the same. If you're a guitarist and you're trying to read sheet music, the lines don't represent which string to play. It's giving you notation. This is something completely different, okay? So, 5 lines on the staff. If you wanted to be in the middle of the staff, you would be on that 3rd line, okay? Just like, where's it at? Right there. That one, just like that one. That is in the dead middle center of the staff. It's a 3rd line with the line going through it, okay? So when I say bottom middle, I'm meaning the middle line on the bottom of the middle line, just like that note. Or top middle, I mean the middle line on top of that middle line, like that snare drum symbol right there, okay? So let's keep moving on. Floor toms, just said that one already, okay? Bottom middle, middle line, bottom, between the lines, okay? And I already talked about the floor tom, the one that looks like a G, which is the second to last line, right in the middle, okay? Tom 2, for those of you that read notes, it looks like a D, all right? This is the other drum set. For those of you that have been here at the school and you've played both drum sets, you know that the drum set that is not in the drum room only has 2 toms, and I did that on purpose. The drum set that was in the drum room had 3 toms, and I did that on purpose too, okay? This right here would be that missing tom. This would be that middle tom, okay? This tom right here would be the one that's on both drum sets. The one that, this one. I have it on the drum set, not in the drum room, just like this. Okay, this is a higher tom. It's up higher on the staff. It's a higher pitched one. Are there ones higher than this? Yes. Can you tune this one to a higher pitch? Yes. All right. So this tom right here, tom number 2, would be that middle tom, that second high rack tom, the one that is missing on purpose. The one that's missing on purpose. You can, like I've told you before, there's 3 toms here, plus the 4 tom. You can have any number of toms on a drum set. Drumline members, you know what I'm talking about. The tenors are toms. For our drum line, we only have 3 of them, but there are different numbers. There's 4, there's 5, there's 6. I've seen a variety of them, but we only have 3, and I wanted only 3. So, just like in the drumline sheet music that we've had, your different toms represent different notes. And there you go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tom 1 looks like an E. It's up high. It's the higher pitched one. The middle tom is in between these groups of 3 notes. Okay. The lower tom is right there smack dab in the middle. You see how it goes up? Da, da, da. The note up higher represents the higher sounding tom. Your high tom, your middle tom for the tenors. Okay, the higher sounding one. Snare drum. We've talked about this many times, and we're finally at the snare drum. It is top middle. The middle line of the staff, right on top between the lines. The snare drum is? Oh, all my drummers know what a snare drum is. It's your main drum right there. And finally, additional toms. We talked about this. You can have higher sounding toms, and I'm pretty sure there are notes that represent the lower sounding toms. Okay, every drummer is different. if you're going to be a drummer, you're going to be different than everyone else too. Don't try to copy each other, because then you're copying other people. You don't want to be just like somebody else. You want to be just like you. You're a unique musician, and you need to stick with that. You know, I'm not the same type of guitarist as my friends are. You know, we all like a lot of the same music, but there's some music that I like that maybe they don't listen to. That makes me a unique musician. Every one of you guys, my students, will be unique if you're not already. You're all going to play differently. That's the cool thing about what I do as your teacher, is I get to see all of these unique musicians. Like, no one is ever going to be the same type of player. You know what I mean? So it's cool. All right, we're already half an hour in, and we got more to talk about. So if you want to screenshot this, go right ahead. Can't tell you how, but I know you probably know how. If not, check our C Nation Music website, and you will find this master key that I'm going to post up there. Okay? And I'm pretty sure this drum key is up there already. So, got a lot of materials for you guys. If you still need time to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. If not, you can pause the video and go back. How can you use this to practice? We're going to start easy. Right here. Some of you already know these. Paradiddles. Yeah, I don't like paradiddles. What? Do you need drumsticks practices? No. You got hands. You can hit your legs. If you have your drum pad, use your drum pad. If you still have sticks, which you should have your sticks, every year I give you a new pair of sticks, and those are yours to keep. Use your sticks. Play on the concrete outside, as long as your family's okay with that. I don't think they'll be upset about the concrete. Play on the hard dirt. If you have a piece of wood that is not being used, use a piece of wood at your house. Don't play on your dinner table. That ain't cool. If your family's gonna let you use an old Tupperware container as a drum, go for it. One of the videos that I showed last school year when we were doing this online learning, I had a box of macaroni and cheese, and that sounded really good, like a snare drum. And I wasn't using my sticks, but I was using my hand. Get a box of mac and cheese, man. I also had a tub of Cheez-Its. Get a container, put some beans in it, put some rice in it. Not trying to tell you to make dinner, but like, put something in it, put some Legos in it. Close the lid, turn it upside down so you don't break the lid. Maybe if your family's okay with it, put a couple pieces of tape so it doesn't move. Don't use sticks on thin containers, because you already know it's gonna break, okay? If you have something super thick, like a bucket, hit a bucket. Make sure your family don't need that bucket. Check with your families, okay? If you have a bucket, maybe you got a broken bucket. I got a couple broken buckets at my house because me and my wife's dad will work on concrete and stuff. So I got a bunch of old buckets. Not a bunch. I got a couple old buckets, and they have cracks in them. They're not really going to be used for much anymore. That's something that I would hit. Okay, get my sticks, get that broken bucket. I got, bucket brigade. I got your buckets in here. If you really want to go out and buy your own bucket as a practice drum, in the meantime, these are like $5 at Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff like that. Home Depot has an orange one. Lowe's has the blue one if you want to get picky. You can find buckets all hardware stores, okay? You could probably find small, like, containers, Stater Brothers, Winkle, all that stuff, Costco, but cool thing about buckets is you can get different sounds out of them, okay? Cool. Anyways, find something that you can practice drums on. You ain't got sticks? Got a box of macaroni and cheese? I'm telling you, that sounds really good. A box of macaroni. Don't believe me? Just watch, like Bruno Mars said. Get a box of mac and cheese. Same thing. This isn't the same as drumming. Baloney. What is this? A drum? Yeah, how do you play it? Please, don't make excuses. Just make it happen. Ooh, that's cool. I'm gonna use that. Don't make excuses, just make it happen. All right. Paradiddles. Paradiddles are a type of rudiment that's great for practicing. Rudiment is like scales, but for drummers, okay? If you're a horn player and you want to practice this, am I gonna say shame on you? No, I'm not. Say go for it. You're musicians. You can learn all you want. That's what I've been doing for who knows how long. Learn all that I can for music, period. Doesn't matter what it's for. I want to learn it. It's music. If it's about music, I want to learn it. You should be the same way. Your taste in music might change. You might be playing flute for some years and just not enjoy it anymore. Even though you're still challenging yourself to become a better flautist, you might really want to try a different instrument. Learn all that you can, okay? Paradiddles. Why is this useful? It'll help develop your sticking patterns. Let's just say this is boring. Just like I said for the band kids and the guitarists and stuff like that for scales, yeah, it's gonna be boring, but these are important. If you learn this, this will allow you to move around cooler on a drum set. This will allow you to get faster. This will allow you to do more complicated sticking patterns. All this is a pattern. These notes are all the same. Those are all snare drum notes. These right here are rests. It's one count of rest. Okay, these are called quarter notes. There's 1 quarter note, 2 quarter note, 3 quarter note, 4 quarter notes. Right here, this measure, this bar of music, is just 4 rests, like this. Means you're not gonna play for 4 counts. If it helps you, click instead of just sitting there, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it helps you, click 1, 2, 3, 4. But just understand that these rests right here are 4 counts of unplayed music. 4 counts of silence. So eventually, you're not going to want to click during rest. You're going to want it to be quiet, okay? You got to understand that. For now, if this helps you, go for it. But later on down the line, as you advance, you're going to want to make sure that those are not played, okay? So what does this mean? Right, left, right, left, left. It's called a sticking pattern. It's a certain way that you need to play with your drumsticks. Right, left, right, then left, right, left, after the group of rests right here. Down here, I have the exact same thing. Why? Because, right there, okay. Because you shouldn't be doing this over and over again for practice. You're gonna get bored. It'll help you, but it'll only help you so much. You have to challenge yourself. You have to push yourself, okay? Now, see, how can I make this easier for myself? There we go. Bucket on the drum throne. Oh, the seat that drummers sit on, this, it's called a throne, just so you know. You know, kings and queens sit on thrones. All right. I want to play this right here exactly. These 3 measures, these 3 bars of music, it's going to go exactly like this. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. Yours might be flip-flopped, okay? So make sure you know which one is your right and which one is your left, okay? Don't know? Ask somebody, because I can't really help you right now, all right? So, right, left, right. Right, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Next side is the same, but flipped. Left, right, left. And I should have put more rest right here, okay? I can do that real quick. This, and then that. Why? This is called a repeat sign. Whenever you see that, that means you're going to play it all the way back to the beginning or until you see flipped over repeat sign. It's called the begin repeat sign, okay? So, let's just play this together. You don't want to play, you want to watch me do it, that's okay too. I'm going to start right here. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right. Rest. Left, right, left. Rest. Repeat. Right, left, right. Rest. Left, right, left. Rest. First time, I didn't play the rest. After the repeat, I clicked. Last time, I pretended to click. One of those might help you. Okay, try them all. Okay, what's the point of this? Mr. C, that was easy. Okay, increase the speed. If you have this memorized, it's great. It's called a paradiddle. Okay, I know it's a silly name. That's what it's called. All right, so let's do it a little bit faster. I will always count you off before we play something, okay? Always, in all my classes. Drumline, buckets, band, rock band, when we play together as a group, I'll always count you off, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right. Rest, 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 rest. Left, right, left, rest, rest, rest. Repeat. Right, left, right, right. Rest, 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 rest. Left, right, left. Rest, 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 rest. And stop. Still easy, Mr. C. Okay, let's take it faster. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right. Rest, 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 rest. Left, right, left. Rest, rest. Repeat. Right, left, right, right. Left, right, left, right, left. Rest, 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 rest. Yeah, I made a mistake. No big deal. You made a mistake. Oh, well. If you messed up, don't be like, oh, I messed up. Everybody's gonna know you messed up. If you make a mistake and you hide it, don't make it obvious, nobody will know. Nobody will know. Okay? I messed up. I will own my mistakes. No big deal. Let's do it again. Same speed. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right. Rest, 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 rest. Left, right, left. Rest, rest, rest. Repeat. Right, left, right. Rest, 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 rest. Left, right, left. Rest, rest, rest. The point of this is to play it faster. Now I have different versions of the same thing. These notes right here are called 8th notes. They have that line that's connecting them. Those are fast, okay? These are counted, and I should have wrote that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? The numbers mean the numbers. The plus means and. And then another one you'll see later means E. Oh, and then there's another one. Oh. This is how we count rhythms. Not just drum music, rhythms in general. Okay? That's the number. I know it's a sharp sign. It's also a number sign or a pound sign, not a hashtag. Represents the numbers. Use a stick. The plus means and. E means E and A means O. So the way that we count out rhythms is a number. E, and, okay, and it just depends on what kind of notes we're dealing with. If we're dealing with quarter notes, like these, you just say the number because they're 1 count each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why didn't I go to 5? Because I'm not counting every single note that's on the music. This line right here separates the measures. We'll get into that later, okay? If you are in common time or 4/4 time, you're only gonna have 4 beats in every measure until the next measure. That's why we only go up to 4 and we start back over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you were in a time signature called 3/4, then you would only have 3 beats per measure and you would only go up to number 3 before starting over. Does that make sense? You can also have a time signature called 5/4. There's a whole bunch of different time signatures where you'd only go up to 5 beats and then start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? These 8 notes are a little bit faster. They're not ridiculously fast, okay? And yeah, we have 8 different notes in this one measure because these notes are not 1 beat each, okay? Every time we're cutting it in half. We're cutting these beats in half. So 2 of these make 1 beat, which is why we have 1 and. And then the next one is 2 and. 3 and 4 and. And let's just do this just to try to give you a better visual. Okay, these 2 equal 1 quarter note. All right, this is just more math in music. Right here we have the quarter notes. Let's just do that. There's no rests in here. That's the only difference between that one. Okay, here we go. 1. So watch me. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. Why did I play that twice? Because we got that repeat sign. Don't forget the repeat sign. All right? So now play it with me. If you don't have sticks, it's fine. Use your hands. You can hit your legs. No excuses. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, forget about that repeat sign, okay? Mr. C, this is easy, I'm bored. Do it faster. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. If you're doing this, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. No, 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 no. You're doing this. We're not playing Minecraft. We're not chopping down the trees. Okay? Sticking pattern is meant to be followed. Not. No, that's called a single stroke roll. Why? Because you're going right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay? Follow the pattern. Right hand, left hand, right hand, right hand. Left hand, right hand, left hand, left hand. Okay? You got to push yourself to do this. If you're not doing it right, well, you're not doing it. Right, left, right, right. If you get the sticking pattern wrong, okay, do it again. Try it again. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to mess up. All right? Oh, how did you do that? It's so cool. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left. Repeat. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, and stop. You got that down? No mistakes? Take it faster. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, left. Excuse me, I burped. Do it even faster. If you can't do it, it's okay. If you're doing this faster and you're just making a lot of mistakes, okay, then go back a little bit slower. Okay, that means you're not ready for that level yet. Go back and iron out the kinks. Then you'll be able to do it a little bit faster. Okay, so, how many times I've dropped the sticks? Jeez. Leave a comment how many times I've dropped my sticks so far. All right, so, here we go. Did that on purpose. I did, I promise. I didn't want it. Anyways, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, stop. Do it even faster. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, 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 right. I can't say it as fast as I can play it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. I can't say it as fast as I can play it. Do it even faster. Push yourself. 1, 2, ready, go. I had an extra note in there. That's a mistake on my part. 1, 2, ready, go. I messed it up. There we go. Can you play it as fast as me? Can you play it faster than me? If you can play it faster than me, leave a comment and say, I can play faster than you, Mr. C. If you can't, leave a comment and say, I'm getting there. Okay? This is almost exactly like what we were doing just now. These notes are following the same sticking pattern as this, but this is just faster than that. Okay? If you're able to do this faster, technically you're doing this, but it's just counted different. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? So instead of saying right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, we're actually counting the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember the pluses mean and. Okay? So, you want to take a screenshot? Take a screenshot. You know I'm not serious. I don't believe in being serious because you don't want to hear some monotone voice the whole time in class. You want to be entertained while you're learning. Okay, so I'll do a funny dance or whatever. Okay, these are both the same. Like I said, this is slower because it's quarter notes. Every time you click your stick, that's a quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. These are faster. These are 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Say this with me. Say this with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Keep going. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I sound like that one Offspring song. Why did I want you to say it? Because every time we said a number, every time we said either 1, 2, 3, or 4, we did it at the same time as a click. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Do it with me. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. What we are saying right now is actually, if you need to take a screenshot right now, take a screenshot. Okay. This is all we're saying right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? This right here, all of this right here is what we're saying right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. These numbers right here represent what's called a downbeat. If we were in a lowrider car and the driver or somebody was hitting them switches and we were bouncing down the street, the downbeat is every time that lowrider comes down to the ground. The upbeat is every time that lowrider jumps up in the air on the street. Okay? If you've never seen lowriders, which are cars, fancy cars, classic cars, jumping down the street, check it out on YouTube. Lowrider bouncing. And you'll see the cars. Okay? So, this is how it's represented in music. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter notes are on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes are on the downbeat and the upbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's why I always say in drumline, whenever we're doing eighth notes, lowrider. Just remember lowrider, because lowriders bounce like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Because that's all this is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, upbeat. There you go. These are all the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Don't believe me? Just watch. Go like this. If you don't have sticks, use your hands. Every time you clap your hands, that's a quarter note. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the downbeat. 2, 3. Eighth notes, you're already doing it too. Every time your hand comes up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Every time your hand comes up, that's an and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There you go. Okay? That is our drum lesson for today. I hope you found something useful out of this. I know I've been talking for 49 minutes and 50 seconds now. And actually a little bit more than that, because don't worry about it. All right? Mr. C in the place to be from Irwin Academy. See you next lesson.